Sunday. Let me do a quick mic check, make sure we're good. Share my screen really quickly. Okay. Let me make sure this is all connecting. Okay, cool. All right, I think we are live. Let me quickly check. Hope y'all are doing good, man. We're gonna have a fantastic week this week, man. I'm really looking forward to this week's price action. I think we're gonna have a lot of good movement. Give me a second. Let me make sure we're all set up. 14th. I'm about to do a pre-market analysis, guys. I'm gonna take you guys through the charts. All right, solid. All right, I think we're good to go. Let me go ahead and fix my layout. All right. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and do a quick recap on last week, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into my predictions for this upcoming week. Okay. So first of all, let's start off with the DXY. Okay, it's always good to start off with the DXY because the dollar does lead everything. Okay. Okay. Perfect. All right. So right now, this is the daily time frame. So what we can see so far. Actually, let me start on the weekly. Okay. So guys, what we can see so far is that we have had a big drop. Okay, we dropped into a key level. So as you can see right here, this is we poked into a monthly inversion for value gap, okay, and we are really in this monthly for value gap as well as also holding, okay. So with that, you see that we have had a big drop, okay, and we started consolidating, okay. So far we have been consolidating, but to me we have shifted structure, okay. So just looking at this price action over here, we have this high, okay, and we had this low. We built up liquidity. We ended up taking out this low before going up. Okay, look at how we're building equal highs before we finally dropped all the way down to take out all these lows, and then we finally pushed all the way up. Okay, so with us having this right now, what I would say is our current expansion swing. Okay, from this low to this high. Okay, so now with this, you see that price pulled back into equilibrium, the 50%, okay, the discount level. And with this pullback, we also had a weekly fair value gap over here. Okay, not only do we have a weekly fair value gap, we also had this daily, okay, this daily inversion for value gap. Look at how it supported price up here, it supported price down, supported price up. So we came back and we tapped into it, okay? So now from this weekly fair value gap, that is how we have now started to expand all the way up. And right now, our current draw on liquidity are going to be these highs. Okay. So now with this, looking at current price action, you will see that we are in a daily loot zone or daily fair value gap. So within the equity highs, whenever I say a loot zone, I simply referring to a fair value gap. Okay. Let me make sure I am live. I think I am. Hold on one moment, guys. Bear with me really quickly. Okay, I'm not sure if. Okay, I think everything is cool. Sunday pre-market analysis. One moment, guys. Da-da-da. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and continue. My bad, guys. So picking off, we have this daily loot zone, like I'm talking about, and if I drop down to the 4 hour time frame, okay, you will now see that we had this C4. A C4 is an order block. So we had this 4 hour order block where that supported price up. Okay. With that low to high, you will see that we pulled back into the 50 below the 50% into the daily loot zone. So now on the hour time frame, you can now see how we have created a support. We've taken out liquidity. Okay. We've already created that long-term low. Okay, so this is ICT market structure, and we're now creating higher lows. And we know that we have liquidity sitting above here. Okay, so now in the 15-minute time frame, we can see how that looks. Okay, so we have liquidity above these highs. We're creating higher lows. So once market comes up, I am anticipating price to hit this vaults. Okay, and then from there you can also see, guys, that from this high to low, okay, so from this big drop, you see that we have not even hit equilibrium. Okay, so right now we are in discount. So we want to be buying this. Okay, so gonna look for price to reach this 50%, and then from there, we should be able to reach these highs and then make higher highs. Okay, so that's my analysis for DXY. Bullish right now until unless this daily fair value gap if we fell and we close beneath it, then I will look to shift my bias. But for now, staying bullish on dollar. Okay. Before that, quickly let's quickly look at the forex factory. So on Monday we have no news on Monday. Tuesday, we have no news. Wednesday, okay, we have FOMC this week. Okay, so Wednesday, 1 p.m. Central, FOMC. So that's definitely going to move the markets. Thursday, unemployment claims, 7:30, and then Friday, no news. Friday's a bank holiday. Okay. So with that, so with news being on what do you call it, Wednesday, I always like to frame my trades on, like, the predicting when the low of the week will form and when the high of the week will form. So just depending. So on DXY, let's say we open up and we start going lower first, to start off the week. Then when FOMC comes, I can possibly anticipate price to form the low of the week on Wednesday and now push up uh, Thursday and Friday. Okay. So in case price does want to retrace some more, we do have this nice order block over here that price can come and tap into. Okay. All right, perfect. Okay. All right, so that's the analysis on DXY. So now with that, let's go ahead and talk about US 30. Okay. So with US 30 so far, starting off on the weekly time frame, you see that we did make all-time highs 2 weeks ago, okay, the beginning of June. And with that, you can see the order flow on US 30 is clearly bullish, okay? Weekly fair value gap perspective, push priced up, bullish engulfing, nice. And look at how we did close above this weekly key level. Okay, so we've closed above the opening, and look at how we came back and retested it. Look at this long wick, possibly poking into a daily order block. Okay, this downward close candle. and then we had this bullish engulfing. Okay, so far US 30 is looking bullish. Okay, it looks like our drawn liquidity are these highs up here. Okay, simple. If we go down to the 4 hour is where things kind of get interesting. Okay, we do have these highs up here, but what I notice is that we do have somewhat of a resistance over this level. So rejection here, rejection, two rejections, and then we are rejecting right now. Okay, so I'm really looking for US 30 to close above this level. Then once we close above this level, that easily unlocks the pathway for price to get back to all-time highs. Okay. In case US 30 starts dropping first, I will look for US 30 to maybe poke into this untapped 4 hour um, for a value gap. What weekly key level is that? Okay. And then also from this low to high is just really one big push up. Okay. No real structure has been formed. So in case price does respect this resistance, maybe price can retrace to the 50%. Look how that 50% lines up with this weekly key level and this 4 hour for a value gap. Okay. So price could easily do something like this. Tap in here before wanting to start turn around. Okay. So I will be monitoring this in case price wants to start dropping first. Wednesday, maybe we form the low of the week within this level, and then we push up to end Thursday and Friday. In the scenario that we start buying first, okay, it could be a scenario where we buy first, maybe take out all-time highs before maybe dropping. Okay. Now, like I said, US 30 is close to all-time highs. Okay, but now if I show you NASDAQ, you will see that NASDAQ is nowhere near close to all-time highs. Okay. So NASDAQ for me is actually very interesting because I think I might be bearish, but it's just tricky because looking at these last two daily candles, very bullish. So right now, what's a big determinant factor for me is this daily fair value gap. Okay. Look at how this daily fair value gap. Let me delete this. Look how this daily fair value gap right here. Okay. Supported price up. We now had a big drop. Okay. We now created equal lows. We retraced back up into here to now use this daily inversion, this daily fair value gap as an inversion fair value gap to act as resistance and push price down to make a lower low. Okay. So right now, price is retracing up, but I'm really trying to see, is price going to use this daily inversion for value gap as resistance one more time before dropping, or are we simply just going to close above it and then make our way back to all-time highs? Okay. If I go down to the 4 hour time frame, okay, so you will see that we haven't really had a proper structure shift yet, because this is the high that pushed price down to make this low. Okay. So right now, actually, let me just go to a fresh chart really quickly. Okay. So we have this high. And we have this low. So this is our current range that we're in. Okay. We failed to take the lows. We formed support. And we failed to take the lows because at these lows, we had SMT. Okay. What is SMT, guys? You guys should know what SMT is, man. SMT is the holy grail. I promise you. That right there. Look at how NASDAQ fails to take out these lows, but S&P takes out the lows. That's SMT. Okay, so whenever you see SMT, which is a smart money technique, it's basically a divergence. But basically, whenever you see SMT, your spidey senses should start tingling. Okay, all that means is that something is going on. Something's about to happen. Okay, that's what SMT means for me. Something is about to happen. So pay attention. Lock in. So with this SMT, that's now caused this rally. So right now we have this high. So what I am now looking for, if I go down to the hour time frame, I'm going to see, are we going to take out this high, or are we going to respect this high and maybe drop? Okay. It's very tricky, especially with the SpaceX IPO that released Friday, which I will quickly show you guys that. So SpaceX dropped. Elon Musk is now a trillionaire, supposedly. Congrats to him. That's cool. But so we had a big push, and now we have retrace. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen next week. Okay, because so far AI tech has really been booming. Okay. All right. So back to NQ. So that's what I'm looking for on NQ. In case that we do want to drop first and respect this daily inversion for value gap once again, we have this untapped 1 hour for value gap that price could possibly poke into. And also, I say that because, guys, from this low to this high, you see that we are in premium. Okay. So 50%, we always want to buy below discount. So in case price just wants to drop first, maybe price does something like this. Price drops into here. Okay, we also have an order block, optimal trade entry level, and then maybe price can start forming support to start going back up. Okay, so this is the scenario on if price starts dropping first. Okay, the scenario if price keeps buying, once again, I'm not going to chase the buys because I need to buy below discount. Okay, I'm not going to be buying at resistance. You don't buy at resistance, you sell at resistance. So I'm not going to participate in the sells unless they're very clean and obvious. But for me to be bullish, I would either want price to drop into discounts or price to close above this daily inversion for value gap and maybe use this high as support to now keep going back up. So it can now look something like this. Okay. So a situation like this would have me interested in buys to now go target maybe all-time highs again. Okay. But once again, it's tricky because I am bullish on dollar. Okay. So that's my analysis for NASDAQ. And I will quickly touch upon gold really quickly. Alrighty. All right. So now on gold, you see that we have now taken out to this major low. Okay. And we're just taking out this major low. All this did was create a lower low. Okay. Look at this high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay. So price is bearish on gold. Okay. Going to the weekly time frame, you see that we took out the wick, but we failed to actually close beneath it. And we also had this nice weekly fair value gap over here. Okay. So now on the daily time frame, I'm gonna drop down to the 4 hour. So now in the 4 hour time frame, you see that once we took out that low, we immediately had that retrace. But once again, price to me is still so far bearish, okay? Because our current range that we're in is from this high to this low. Okay, this was one big move. Boom. After a big move and after hitting a key level and support, what's going to happen? We're going to retrace. Okay, so right now we are above the 50%, which is good. Okay, we're in premium. And if you want to be selling, you want to be selling in premium. Okay, so with price being here, and once again, I am still bullish on dollar, which means bearish on gold. Okay, so with price being here, I do see we have this nice untapped for our for value gap. Okay, and you can even combine this into an order block right here. Okay, so 4 hour C4. Okay, so a scenario that I am now watching for gold is for price to obviously retrace, hit this level, or maybe even take out this high. So maybe one of these, and then for price to keep going bearish. Okay. Um, In terms of bullishness, the only buys I can probably see, price could open up right now and start buying, or price could drop first into this 4 hour fair value gap right here. So price could do something like this first. In case price starts dropping first, guys, you want to watch this area over here. Watch this area. If price starts consolidating, forming support, then you can now look to take this higher and go target this key level over here. Okay. But overall, I am bearish on gold. Like just looking at this, it's down, down. Okay, we do have these small little retracements, but order flow is bearish. Okay, so we've taken out this low, major key level. Okay, we've now created a lower low. For us to go bullish, price would need to drop and create a higher low instead of creating a lower low. So if price drops, creates this higher low, then there's a high probability that price can buy to go target this level, and then maybe we can go target these levels. But once again, we are bullish on dollar. Okay. All right. I think that's all I got for you guys, man. Between all of that, let me quickly touch upon Bitcoin really quickly, guys. So once again, guys, I called out Bitcoin sells, okay, in the equity highs Discord around like May 12th, May 11th, when price was up here. Look at how this monthly fair value gap delivered price lower to go take out these equal lows. Okay. So I've been bearish on Bitcoin for some time. Like look at the order flow on the weekly time frame. Okay. And we still have these lows over here that we necessarily still haven't taken out. So we're still building more liquidity at these lows. Okay. So I am still bearish. We definitely have two more lows, three more swing lows that we could potentially go target. And now, guys, look at this. Look at how we have this nice, all this imbalances. Okay. Weekly fair value gap. Even this one right here, this weekly fair value gap. So price could possibly drop in here. I definitely do like this level. Okay. And this is what, like 45,000. I definitely do like this level. And I like how we have this swing low right above this weekly fair value gap. Okay. So still bearish on Bitcoin, guys. This is not a time to be buying crypto, in my opinion, just based off of the order flow so far. We haven't had major any major market structure shifts. This pattern, high, low, lower high, lower low, then the high that caused that lower low gets taken out. Okay, we haven't had this gets taken out, then price now drops, creates that higher low before making a higher high. We haven't had this print here yet. I don't see it. There's no market structure shift to the upside yet. Okay, so bearish right now. Price could possibly buy. Why? Because we had this nice big expansion drop. Okay, so price could possibly bounce, especially since we hit this weekly fair value gap. Price could bounce, maybe come here to 50% before finally doing another drop. Okay. But long term overall, just on a weekly and a monthly basis, I am bearish. Let me quickly go to the 4 hour. Yeah, okay, so started to form higher lows. Okay. So yeah, price is simply in a retracement profile right now because I mean look at this drop, guys. Well, I mean, come on. What do you expect? High to low, 50%. And we even have an order block right here. Okay. It's a 4 hour order block. So price is retracing right now, but just overall long term bearish, guys. Okay. So guys, that's all I got for you guys. Hope you guys have a good week. Guys, for anyone that's not in the Equity Highs Discord, guys, you're missing out on a lot of intel, a lot of free intel. Guys, I'm calling out the markets in real time. As I'm taking a trade, I'm gonna let you guys know. I'm giving you guys my projections like how I'm doing now. Okay, so if you're not in the equity highs, you can join our free Discord. Okay, so we do have a free section of the Discord for free members. But guys, if you really want to get into the vault, if you really want to get the lifetime analysis, sometimes live trading, and we also have a signals chat. So far, I believe we are 8-2 within 3 weeks. Okay, so we call about 1 to 3 high probability setups weekly. Okay, we're not calling out trades every day. We're not calling out 30 trades a week. We're calling out 1 to 3 high probability trades where maybe you can go ahead and risk 2%, 3%, maybe catch a 4-to-1 or 5-to-1 and make almost 20%. Okay, in a week. So that's the type of time we're on. Okay, building equity slowly. This is not a get rich quick scheme. Okay, so if you want to join the equity highs, guys, I'm gonna walk you guys through this myself. www.theequityheist.com. Okay, so once you get here, you can click join our Discord, or you can click this apply button. Go ahead and fill this member intake form out. Once you fill this out and click apply to join, you're going to get an email sent to your email address with the link to join the free Discord. Now, in case you want to get deeper, you really want to analyze the markets the way I analyze it. Look at the markets the way I look at it. Guys, become an unstoppable trader. Okay, guys, with my 6 years of experience, as well as my partner Colossal, who is not here right now. He also has 6 to 7 years of experience. Guys, we have packaged everything we know into the highest blueprint. Okay, this will get you from point A to point Z, from beginner to advanced. Everything that I'm talking about, you will start to understand. So that way, when you're in the Discord and when I'm calling these things out, you already know what I'm seeing because we're speaking the same language. So if you want to speak the same language as me, go ahead and purchase the highest blueprint. Okay, right now it's 250. In a few months, we're going to be changing the price back to 500 right now. But right now, it is $250. We want you guys to take advantage of this. Okay. And we also have some other utilities. We have equity high signals. So in case you don't want, the course, you're not really trying to learn, maybe you don't have the time and you just want signals where you can get a signal. We'll tell you where to enter, where to exit, and you just take that on your phone. You can go ahead and purchase the equity high signals, which is $50 a month. Okay. And then we also have the equity high trading journal. So this is a trading journal that I have built that integrates with our preferred choice broker. Okay, so as you enter a trade, it automatically logs that trade for you. Okay, but go ahead, guys, to equityhighs.com, join a free Discord, see what we have to offer. You like what we have to offer, and you want to get deeper, you really want to take your trading to the next level, becoming an unstoppable trader. Okay, and with that, I'll talk to you guys later on this week. Hope you all have a blessed Sunday.